Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge.
Go.
Banchero outside. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's in there.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has, becoming an elite competitor people fear almost instantly.
They get it back, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And stolen by Payton. And then Roy with the jam.
And this is what leaders do. Payton showing a willingness to get it to the open man.
Here's Johnson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw missing.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Payton right side. Plays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Kicks it out to Mullen. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Johnson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. And Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Shoots. And again, it's Albuquerque.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Pass to Ware. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter. Outside, Payton. Here's the screen. 4 on the clock. Puts one up from 19. Ware, no good. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Giannis. To the middle. Here's Banchero. And they'll keep possession. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Roy. Outside, Mullen. And Ware pulls it down. Albuquerque leading by 3. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Beasley. For the 3. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Wembenyama, no good. And so here's Albuquerque to the inside.
You have to love the approach Peyton takes to the game. And an exceptional passer who does a great job with distributing the basketball.
Pass to Mullen. Rebound by Albuquerque.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Yep, that one goes.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And so it's Albuquerque headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Albuquerque?
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
Kicks it out to Olajuwon. And the layup's good off the glass. Olajuwon's got the lead up to 9 now for Albuquerque.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Here's Chamberlain. No good off the back of the rim. And Olajuwon has got the ball here for Albuquerque. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's gonna have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws. This is his first free throw of the game. And he hits the first of 3.
Well, Kyle Korver is the definition of a sharpshooter. Whether he's standing still or running off the screen, you have to stay attached to him or he'll make you pay.
And he nails the third.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Gilbert Arenas. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Reeves outside. Olajuwon left side. And again, it's Albuquerque.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Rejected by Arenas. And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Outside Arenas. Pass to Aldridge.
Oh, tight defense there. Olajuwon's like a big cat. The combination of elite speed and power.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
At the line for 1.
Albuquerque leading by 8. Pass to Ginobili. Screen by Porzingis. Lets the 3 fly. Good on the triple. Porzingis has got 5.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
Here's Arenas. It's hauled in by Ginobili. And Albuquerque with the possession. Reeves into the lane. Ginobili looking around. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
No good from outside. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And Korver, just a beautiful pull-up J there. Excels at shooting when in rhythm.
Picked by Olajuwon. And here's Reeves outside.
Austin Reeves.
That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's James. Chamberlain with the rebound. Outside Korver. Lets it go from deep. No good. And so it's Albuquerque looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Albuquerque leading by 13. Over to the left wing. Three-pointer, Payton. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Coach, only 2 players have led the NBA in blocks as a rookie. Manute Bol and our favorite Victor Wembanyama.
Well, Kevin, Wembanyama is already special defensively, not only as a shot blocker, but the amount of ground that he can cover to affect shots. And there are people around the league that believe that he can become the best defender of all time.
They trust Roy at the arc because he's pretty selective. He takes the shots he believes he can make. And there aren't many players more reliable from three-point range than he is, especially when the D's playing off him like that.
Beasley with a clean look. And again, Albuquerque with the triple.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Foul. Chris Muller. First personal foul. First team foul.
And so here's Albuquerque. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. To the paint. It's stolen by Wembanyama.
Well, that's what you want to do, but he didn't have the angle to get the pass in there.
To the wing on the left. Here's Ware. Outside, Payton fires the three. Wembanyama with the rebound. Out of bounds. It'll be Albuquerque's ball.
Albuquerque ball.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside Roy. The tray. Drills it from outside. Roy's got 6 here in this quarter.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Wembenyama, no good. Albuquerque leading by 19.
Chris Mullen. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And there's a minute 45 left in the third quarter. The three. And again, Albuquerque with the triple.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Albuquerque ball.
Well, a risky pass there, and if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
It's a pick by Ilgauskas. Roy attacking. And the jam by Ilgauskas.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Payton looking it over. Pass to Ware. From deep. Nailed from three-point land. Ware's got 10 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so here's Albuquerque. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Ilgauskas. Off target with his three. Here's Korver. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Such a savvy player. Korver knows how to make the most of that fast break opportunity.
Here's Ware with 2 seconds left. And so it's Albuquerque holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them ahead. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here is Arenas. Takes a three. On the wing, Korver buries it from three-point range.
That catch-and-shoot game of Korver is lethal. His ability to immediately fire off the pass as good as it gets.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the three of his own.
Misses the wing three.
Home team foul.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Foul. First team foul.
Albuquerque leading by 19 points. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Reeves outside. Outside, Porzingis. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Arenas. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Albuquerque.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
Screen by Porzingis. In the corner, it's James. Clock at 6. Back to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And Albuquerque leads by 21.
Offensively, there's few things on the court Porzingis can't do. He can use his length, strength, or both.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And now only one away from being in the lead.
Inside. Here's Porzingis. And he goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis.
Home team ball. Substitution on the court.
Now here is Hardaway. Three-pointer. No good on the shot.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Albuquerque leading by 21. Outside Roy. There's the triple.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Albuquerque again can't hit it.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him. Well, you know what's going to happen when he gets a good look. The defense has got to run him off the line.
Outside Roy. Beasley outside. Just 5 to shoot. Roy from outside. The rebound by Mullen. Out left to the wing. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Here's Ware. .107 left to play in the final quarter. Beasley fires. 11 feet out and he hits it. And Albuquerque leads by 20. Well, a huge bucket there to stifle the crowd.
Yeah, very little to cheer about for them at the moment.
And so Payton will bring it up for Albuquerque. Pass to Beasley. Takes the 3. No good from Payton. Outside, Mullen. It's rebounded by Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Beasley with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Here's the 3. Banchero grabs the board. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Mullen. A three-pointer off the mark.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Beasley, and he converts the layup.
Beasley.
And so Albuquerque takes the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.